Hi, I'm Etty, your wine curator here at Plonk Wine Club, and I'm very excited to share some really cool discoveries we have in store for you all for your May shipments. Now, the first wine I want to talk about hails from one of my sort of all-time favorite wine regions around the world, the French island of Corsica. Now, it's very rare that we find wines from Corsica in the US. They're very obscure, they're very expensive typically, but we have found an incredible find. It's grown organically and biodynamically, and it's made by a wonderful little boutique producer called Domaine Vico. This is their Le Bois du Cerf Rouge bottling, and it combines two indigenous grapes to the island of Corsica, which are very interesting tongue twisters, Sciaccarellu and Niellucciu. Now, this wine is so bright, vivid, lifted. It has this beautiful, like acidic backbone that really makes the wine very vibrant on the palate. You got a lot of sour cherry, raspberry, cassis fruit. It's sort of medium bodied in style and just super juicy. And it just really like epitomizes to me what an island wine should taste like. It has that freshness and that sort of vitality. And it's such a cool wine from Corsica. So really excited to show this one. Then moving on to another very interesting red from the New World. We have a great Malbec from Argentina, from the region of Lujan de Cuyo, which is a subzone of Mendoza. It's made by a great organic producer called Mendoza, and this is their Lunta Malbec. Now, the winemaker here is a very well-known viticulturalist named Roberto de la Mota. He's very well known in Argentina and around the world. And this is a really interesting wine that's made from a sort of restored parcel of old vines from the 1920s that he found in this area. This wine is very different than what you might expect from typical blockbuster Malbecs. It's very feminine in style. It has a sort of restrained quality, which I love. It's very bright, lifted, a lot of like raspberry preserves. It's just super elegant on the palate and is just such an incredible find from this area from Old Vines Fruit. Then moving on to a really interesting white we have from the region of Calabria in southern Italy this month. It's made by a great old school organic producer called Masseria Falvo in the DOC of Terra di Cosenza. And it's made of a really interesting indigenous grape that frankly, I've never heard of before and you likely haven't either. It's called Guarnaccia. G-U-A-R, Guarnaccia, not to be confused with Vernaccia, which is from a different part of Italy. This wine sort of reminds me of Chablis, something with some salinity and minerality. It has this great kind of slate element to it, a lot of beautiful bright citrus fruit like pomelo and Meyer lemon, a little bit of that oyster shell note too, which reminds me of Chablis. It has great breadth on the palate. It's quite mouth-filling in style, but also very fresh and bright. And it's just such a cool off the beaten path find made of a grape that is really specific to the place. You can't find this grape anywhere else. So hopefully you'll enjoy these really cool finds for May, and we'll see you next month.